All right, thanks for stopping by. So I'm tinkering. I'll show you what I'm working on here in just a minute. But I've got good news. I just gave away my propane tank and hose to my neighbor down here that's camping. The tank was one of those 15-pound propane tanks that you get at like Lowe's or a gas station. And it was about empty. And I decided I don't need any propane until November. And I'm going to get, next November, I want to get the kind that's got a gauge on it, so I'll know if it's full or empty or whatever. And I also had a hose, and I rode down there and asked him if he needed it. He said, yeah, I'll take it. So I've made extra space in the trunk back here, because that used to be right here. The tank sat here, and the hose went under the bed and went into the buddy heater. And I've already put the buddy heater away for the season. I cleaned it and put a bag over it and put it under the bed. Now, I've been carrying this big backpack around for years. It was made for a laptop. It's got lots of padding in it, lots of compartments. It is also mostly waterproof. The water kind of beads up off of it. So I'm going to attach it here to the rack and use it for carrying stuff when I go out on rides on the bike. I can carry my phone, some water, maybe some snack bars, stuff like that. My tools to work on the bike in case I have a breakdown. I can put it all in here, and I'll show you how it attaches. So the first thing I do is I hook this loop here underneath the cargo rack, and then pull this forward, and then this loop hooks over the seat post like that, and then I put the seat on. Put the seat down in, put it in the position that I like. I've made a little mark here on the front. Right there. Straighten it up. Clamp it down. All right. So now I've got the bag fastened on here. Right there. That's looped around under that. That's looped around the front. Right there. And then for a little extra security, I'll put a bungee across the top. But look at all the space it's got in it. Lots of space up in there. This one unzips. It's a deeper pocket here. All sorts of pockets on this thing. And with this rubberized coating on it, it is just about waterproof. Okay, let's zip this one back up. And this one back up. And see, if you could pack a bunch of stuff in there, see, it folds up really high. Maybe that's a good enough shot. Terrible camera work, by the way, Maddie. See, there you get a shot of it. And when you fill it full of stuff, the bag will come up about that high. So let me grab the bungee and put on it just to show you how I'll secure it a little better. So now I've got the bungee across the top of it, but that's flexible. You know, you can still pack the bag full of stuff, and the bungee's just going to stretch up to accommodate. But yeah, it's on there nice and snug. Not a bad setup. And I've been needing to use this backpack for something. I mean, I've been carrying this thing around for 6 or 7 years. The brand is Apiker. And I think I got it on Amazon, but I have not used the thing maybe one time. I remember carrying it into Starbucks with my laptop in it. And that's been about 6 or 7 years ago. But it's still like new. So that's going to make a nice little cargo carrier to put stuff in. Hey, let's stuff some stuff in it. Stuff some stuff. Be right back. Okay, so first thing, I always like to take some Gatorade and water. So let's put that in there. Okay, so that's in there. All right, let's add some other things. This is a little bag I keep in the console. It's got my knife in it, chapstick, mints, Advil, stuff like that. So let's just put this whole bag in there. Okay, so that's in there now. And let's get the toolkit put in there. So this is the toolkit. Believe it or not, there's a lot of wrenches, Allen wrenches, and screwdrivers in this little pouch. Very compact. So let's put that in there. And you know, I could even get a little hand pump for tires and put my slime in there too. Let's grab the slime. I don't have a hand pump. I've got a battery pump, but that's not going to do me any good. So let's get the slime put in there. So here's my thing of slime. That could go in there too. And let's zip it up. I might need 2 hands for this. Okay, got it all zipped up. And for added measure of stability, let's put a bungee over it. And that is secured very well on there. And I've got much more room. I could pack a lot more stuff in there. And see, this is just straps that come off the bottom of it that I just tuck around that. So it's on there. I'm going to take a journey now, like an all-day affair. I could pack food in there. Yeah, I am so glad I did not throw that backpack away. I've got a bike cover coming in on Sunday. Amanda's coming back on Sunday, and she's bringing the bike cover that I ordered off of Amazon. It was delivered to her house. So there we go. If you decide to get an e-bike, make sure you get one that's got the torque sensor on it. Because this is what I've discovered. You don't even have to shift gears on this thing if you don't want to. You can just put it on like gear, I'd say 4, and then set this on pedal assist, let's say 2, because the torque sensor is like an automatic transmission. It really is. That's the best way I can describe it. It is amazing technology. I went up a hill yesterday that I don't know what degree this was. I don't know, 40 degree angle. And maybe it was so steep. And I was in, one of the high gears, but the motor could sense that I was in a struggle. And so it gave me more power, and it just zipped right up that hill. And if you get one, make sure it's got one of these Sutto motors. S-U-T-T-O. It's a company, Bafang is probably the best known, and I think Sutto is the same company. And of course, I recommend the Hopsco. This is the small one. They call it the Beta. They have one called the Alpha too. It's just like this, except it's much bigger. And I didn't want a big, heavy bike. I wanted the small, nimble, powerful bike. So of course, I'm going to recommend this one. I've got other e-bike companies reaching out to me to review theirs, but to tell you the truth, I don't really know if I even want to do it. Because if it doesn't have the torque sensor, it's not going to be as good as this one. This is just insanely good. Oh, and the video I made the other day when I was sick and I put this awning up, that was the dumbest video. But yeah, a lot of people had said you have to have pitch. Well, yeah, I know that. I've always got it higher on this side than on this side. But what I was trying to do was to level up the front. And then I realized I don't really need it level. I'd rather have this side a little lower because it rained like crazy last night and all the water ran down off of this side and ran right there on the ground. So I don't know why I was trying to accomplish. This is good the way it is. It's got a good pitch to it. And I ended up doing something I've been wanting to do for a long time. These bottom poles were too long, and it always caused a problem. If I added the last pole, it was too tall, and if I didn't add it, it was too short. So I ended up just cutting those poles off to where this is now 6 feet 4 right here. From here to the ground is 6 foot 4. I'm 6 foot 2, so I can walk under it without hitting my head. And I accomplished what I needed to do just by cutting the poles a little shorter. All right, I think I hear the helicopter coming back. Until next time, take care, be well, and smash the bell.